Hi, we are Outliers. My name is Jason with my teammate, David and Annie. We are studying Bachelor of IT in Monash University. In this video, I will talk about our business case and leave David to talk about our implementation and Annie talk about the finance. As the COVID cases number is exploding, according to our investigation with our business owner, the phase of lockdown and the travel restriction are damaging their sales severely. And so the problem for SME is that it is hard for them to find a balance between the stock out and overstock. Stock out decreases the revenue and loses their reputation, and whereas overstock gives a high cost to enlarge the warehouse capacity to store new goods. If SME is in the food service industry, they suffer from the risk of selling the expired goods. So our solution is to make a forecast software using machine learning. And our competitors mainly focus on the medium and large clients with high pricing. And we found that their weaknesses are there's no receipt management, less customer spectrum, and poor reporting. So why are they our indirect competitors, not directly? Well, because our solution is mainly focused on SME, and it's mainly focused on SME, so that they can utilize their receipt using the OCR technology, and instead of focusing on the revenue forecasting, and then we can focus on the inventory one, which I will leave David to talk about it more. And our potential market industry are food retail and services in Australia, because it has a potential with 172 billion in revenue. So I'll leave David to talk about it now.
So from what we heard from Jason, I'll summarize it. So our current situation is the small businesses and other businesses, they don't know how much should they stock their inventory. So they tend to either understocking or overstocking their products. So in order to solve that problem, we come up with an idea that by analyzing the stock or product consumption daily or weekly, we use a model that to predict the optimal future stocking level that would minimize the wasteful product or the wasteful product, so we can get maximize the profit. So our idea is gonna make implemented as a web application. So what does that web application would actually do? So first of all, it's gonna receive essential data from the business, which I'm gonna talk about later. Then after that, they use the essential data and process them through a machine learning model. Then after that, they will export a recommendation of how much of a product should they stock in the future, so they would have less wasteful resources. So what data actually we taking and we exporting? So in order to process the most efficiently in the machine learning, we would like to consider about the amount of stock we bought, the amount of stock that actually used, so the consumption could be worked out, and then the feedback from last prediction, so the machine learning can improve on themselves. Then the duration it requires from each stocking occasion. So for example, you stock weekly, so you start stocking on Monday, and then you have 7 days until the next stocking occasion, and the expiry date of the product, so the future length of a product could be predicted. And after using all those data, we can get the expectation of how much product should be stocked for the next time, so the business can have it as a schema, so they can use it for future reference. So how do you actually use that web applications? So there are two main ways you can import the data. First of all, without using any special technologies. You can just export from your database into CSV or XML files. Or if you are small businesses and you don't have big databases, you can just use TextRect. You can just use your phone, and on our web app, there would be a function that we will link to the TextRect API, which take pictures of your receipts or your applications and export them to CSV or XML files. And after that, we will use those uploaded files on the web applications and process them and give you back the results after the analysis. So what are the constraints of these web applications? First of all, because since we are university students, like Jason mentioned, we may need help from business analysts or a data scientist, so we can create a good machine learning model that can process all the informations. And on the other side, since we're focusing on small or medium businesses, it could be hard for us to find the initial data or the training data that we can use to train the AI model, because there are not many data outside. But the possible solution we have come up so far is we can encourage businesses to give us like voluntary data in exchange for future promotions that like discount in the future if they use our services. And our development plan would be, so we would take around 1 month to develop like a web app using WordPress or some other platform and design the databases. Then after that, we would need to develop a machine learning model, which takes around 1 to 2 months since we are students and we would need help from data scientists. And then we would do beta testing, which including talking to clients and give them a demo and like improve on our machine learning model, which take approximately 1 month also. And then during that beta testing, we also do marketing. And after that, our marketing will like extend throughout the future. Then why should you use our product or our web application? Because we provide easier data importation. Like Jason mentioned before, there are a few indirect competitors, but they only provide us with like inventory management and how to track the inventory flow and stuff like that. We implement TextRect API, which provide you like better way to take picture of your receipt and get the data. And since we're focusing on small and medium business, our price will be cheaper. And then we focus on inventory forecasting, not the inventory management. Now, Annie's gonna talk about the financial section.
The current financial situation first. So we actually only have 4 members right now, but the original capital would be from $200 to $400, and the initial cost will be the Amazon's analyzed document API with tables and forms, and the amount would be less than 10 cents. And the cost can increase in case if more clients use in the web application, in which more pages need to be used. And after 1 million pages are used, the cost will be reduced to only $65 for 1,000 pages monthly. So there are some risks and uncertainties, which are fluctuating level of investment and demand from the clients. And also we need to take into consideration of the services fee, because there would be a change in pricing and initial costs. So our main goal is to minimize the setup costs to actually generate a sufficient saving amount for the potential investment if the idea plans is able to actually apply in the real life context. So the cost will include the web application creation, which is the Amazon Route 53, and also the managing data, which we will use the AWS Lambda, and also for the advertising costs, which we will mainly do it on Facebook. So here's the pricing that we initially think about. So we will have 2 different packages. for the first plan, it will be tax rate and servicing fee. And another two options available is pay as you use, which is nearly $8 per week, or monthly subscription, which $30 per month. Or the other package with pay as you use would be $5, while the monthly subscription would be around $26.
In terms of the marketing strategy, we use Facebook to promote our product, and also and one of the problems that for our competitors is that they actually provide a very complicated user interface. So in order to cater that the client's need, we'll create our video tutorials on how the business works. And then we'll try to teach them how our product is uses. Yeah, and considering the discount for the first 5 times of the pay as you go for the option, and the first 2 months for the monthly subscription. So I think this strategy can land a good options for our client to choose our product in terms of compared to other competitors. Yeah, thank you for your listening. And this is our presentation. And if you have any question, feel free to email us. Our team name is The Outliers. Thank you.